Hamish just refilled
Loves a drink
himself.
of water.
Tell you what, he is just... We've got some snacks in here at BackChat now, and they're no longer. Hamish Brayshaw has just gone straight through them, water down the hatch.
2 muesli bars in no more than 3 minutes. Not a world record, but...
Welcome to BackChat,
Close.
powered by Paywise in season 2024. Good to have you with us before Friday night footy. It is Friday. Who's playing tonight? I don't even know. Who's playing?
Bulldogs.
Collingwood Bulldogs tonight.
Collingwood Bulldogs. Who wins that one, you reckon?
I think
Bulldogs.
I think the Pies.
No, they have anyone.
I think the Bulldogs win as well. Yeah,
I could get
they
a
don't
game
have
for the
a
Pies at the
team.
moment.
They don't have a team.
Yeah, they're still pretty good.
Jack Crisp.
They got Nick Dacos.
Yeah,
Crisp
they
is
do.
playing his 225th game in a row or something.
They
That's
got him.
incredible.
They got him. He's pretty good.
He is
He's
very
never
good.
going to miss. The whole
He's
team's
never
going
gonna
to
miss.
miss, and he'll be out there.
That's right. Do you guys know that North Korea is sending? We don't talk politics on this.
Very rarely.
on this program.
All right. Give us a Donald Trump update after this as well.
Yeah, well, North Korea is sending balloons with poo attached to them down to South Korea.
Humour.
You guys see
Good on
that?
him. Just like getting in there. Kim Jong-un
Haven't
thinks,
you
fuck, this
seen
will be
this?
funny.
So South Korea's like
You wonder
finding
why I don't
these,
spend much time on social media.
they're finding these big parcels like
Of just shit.
of just shit that's been sent over from North Korea.
Is it a joke? Like, is
No,
is it a gag? As in, like,
Well, I'm sure they're laughing.
no, like, but is it meant to be like, is it sort of like chemical warfare, or is
yeah,
it
yeah,
like
it's a bit of chemical warfare. Yeah, no, it's a bit of like shit warfare.
It's pretty shit.
So I don't know. I just wanted to tell you guys that.
No, that's good to know.
Hey, welcome to those of you. If you're new to the podcast, lovely to have you with us. We do this every Monday and Friday on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Twitch, on Kick, on. We go live Fridays and Mondays, and we
Yeah.
bloody love it. Fridays is a bit more of a looser chat. Hamish joins us before he ducks off to win a premiership with East Perth.
Ooh.
I dug off to see Pink Const at the end of the day, and
Yep.
Dan holds the fort up.
Always.
Got a big show coming up today, fellas. Mitch Cleary from Channel 7
I'm gonna
Mitch.
pick him,
and the
Mitch.
Tradies podcast
Yep.
will join us. He's got a few updates on a few things. Bit of groundbreaking news.
Huge.
Could say that.
Yeah, massive news.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest news of the year, I think.
Yes, that's right.
Mainly, though, we got him on the show so Dan could say to him, you're not going to pick him, Mitch.
Yeah, you're not going to pick him, Mitch.
I'm gonna pick him. Go on, pick him.
So he'll be joining us a little later on in the show. Of course, we'll have our regular
What a guy.
segments, Hammer Ranks, I should say,
Hammer ranks, yep.
coming up. How is Hammer Breaks going? You've broken any more world records?
So
You peated.
what I've done is I've decided that I was breaking them too haphazardly.
You're too good.
I was too good, so I started to do records that were very, very difficult.
Remember
I
the
might-
first one you did, and you were cut
typing the
because you
nose.
didn't. You were cut. No, the balloons.
Oh yeah, the balloons one.
And
yeah.
you were cut because you didn't break it. And I said to you, mate, it's okay. It's a big year.
yeah,
And
it's a
you're
big
like-
year. Yeah.
Plenty of time.
And then I've shit 6 in so far, so I'll be back.
So what's the plan now? You're doing harder ones.
Well, I've decided to do ones that are more difficult. Which if I lose another couple in a, if I don't break another few in a row, I might just go back and get a softball.
Are you,
You
are you including in the 6 like the most bells rung in a bell?
No,
time?
that doesn't count.
Okay.
Doesn't count
Well-
because I set that record.
You set that one. Are you gonna try to revisit the leader of tomato sauce?
No, the tomato sauce one
That's the
won't be.
most-
I think at the halfway point of the year, what I should do is I should do a full recap and try and do the other ones that I've failed again.
Yeah.
So a little bit of insight how we run things here at BackChat. We spend a fair bit of the day putting this show together for you all to enjoy and listen to. Hamish has nothing to do with that. He looks after Hammer Ranks, and then he comes in raw because he's better raw.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't like the preparation,
Exactly.
and I don't like him prepared either.
No.
But chance will have it, Hammer. If you're talking about halfway points of the season, we are going to have a review of the halfway point of the season right now
that's
for
gonna be
us.
fun.
Wow.
I forgot
We
we're
did
doing that.
predictions at the start of the year, Hammer.
We did. I remember 'em.
And I've got them all listed, so we're going to see how we went off the top. But first, boys,
Yes.
right, this has been floating around. Sammy Landsberger over there in Victoria, like his work most of the time, he is floating the fact that Western Australia has kiboshed. There is zero chance, will not happen. The commission said no. The 20th team in WA going to Darwin. WA don't want anything to do with it.
Ridiculous.
How do we feel
Bullshit.
about that?
Bullshit.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I fucking hate that
There's
idea.
10 teams in Victoria.
Yeah.
Give us 3.
So
Yeah.
this isn't a crack at Sam Landsberger, I think. He's just reporting
He
what
doesn't get to decide where the team goes.
he's just asking
Yeah.
and reporting what he's hearing.
To go at the commission, is it?
It's a go at the commission. Got to be honest.
Yep.
The
What are
league
they
that you
doing
play
over there?
I'm not quite sure what they're doing over there, but he is reporting that the commission, the word coming out of the WAFC, the Western Australian Football Commission, who own the Dockers,
Yes.
who own the Eagles,
Yes.
say we don't want another team to own. We don't want another team in WA.
Well, it's too much work.
I
what are you
genuinely
I've seen the offices. Like, what are you guys doing?
What you should do, they should make it. Remember when North Melbourne privatised itself for a little bit?
Yeah. No, I don't.
North Melbourne was a privatised team for a little bit, and like people could buy shares of North Melbourne.
Did it not go well?
Nah, they all the people that bought that then sold it back to North, and like then it's sold it back to the AFL.
Right.
It was dying. Like North Melbourne were just dying, and and all these random
They
punters.
opened the coffers, basically.
Basically, all these people just came in and basically bought North Melbourne and raised all this money and saved it. They should do that with a WA team.
Sit with the Southwest Stingers.
The Southwest
Absolutely.
Stingers. Imagine having like a list on the ASX listed the Southwest Stingers. Everyone can buy in. It's a public business.
The Southwest Stingers brought to you by Shelter and BackChat.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there. Bustleton. Look, there's lots of words going around. And so on the Shelter Footy Cast this week, Hammer, I raised the question with our good friend Mark Reddings.
Where does he work again?
Well, I don't know. He works a lot of places just like I do.
that's true.
Let's have a listen to what me and Skeet spoke about over on the Shelter Footy Cast.
Why wouldn't you want a third team?
Well, why would you want a third team?
To expand the game and grow the game here in WA.
It's the dollar. What they are bringing back into the game is, I mean, this is above my pay
The
grade.
Footy
but,
Commission might not want it because it might stretch them out a little bit. But they should have
but
something.
the Eagles and Dockers don't want it for
That's
obvious
fine.
reasons.
Yeah, that's fine.
But where do you? And I know you keep saying,
Which is the commission?
so.
The Eagles and the Dockers are the commission.
no,
Well, they own the licenses.
No, but if you ask the Eagles, if you ask Don Pike,
Yeah.
and you ask Simon Garlick,
Yeah, of course.
that's independent of the commission.
Don Pike would probably
because
say get rid of Freo.
self-interest.
Yeah.
I mean, self-interest,
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly right.
Less competitors.
So everyone's very self-interested here. What about the WA footy community? Do you think they want it? Do you think people would go to games? Because isn't that what's important?
I'm not sure they're going to go and line the streets and protest or I don't think there's a huge desire. I know you. And the other question is, where are you going to put it? There's
Southwest?
Joondalup.
No, not Joondalup. Not
What-
Joondalup or like Midland. No, down south. That's 4 hours away. It's another state.
Yeah, but why?
Canberra's 4 hours from Melbourne, effectively, Skate.
You know, so where are they going to play? They're going to play at Optus, are they?
No, they're going to play down south. They put a boutique stadium down
Okay,
there.
so how much is the boutique stadium going to cost?
15. Oh, I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. No, let's be honest. If we're talking about, don't be so dismissive. Tell us how much the new stadium's going to cost. Who's going to fund it?
I don't know, but I will put it back on you. And you spoke about the federal funding of Optus Stadium and that there's always money, right? They're talking about the Tasmania Stadium. There's always money for sport, and you get uptight and carry on about, people want it in education and health. Why can't we distribute some of the national or state funds to build a new stadium?
Well, I can tell you the AFL doesn't contribute much to the stadium
didn't say
setup.
AFL.
So there's one out of So how's the government, after spending $1.8 billion on a stadium in Perth,
You're
going to go
going-
and spend another $1 billion perhaps if you want a boutique stadium?
I don't think it's $1 billion. You don't need a lid down there.
Mate, are you kidding yourself about the cost of stadium? This is not a go at you, but the cost of
I don't
buildings,
think it would
building
cost-
venues.
I don't
So
think-
what do you think it costs in all seriousness?
I have no idea.
But
Scott.
I'm saying to you, I think it'd be more expensive to build a boutique stadium. So what do you think the Tasmanian stadium is going to cost?
I don't.
It's going to be
know
over $1
these
billion.
things,
It has to be over $1 billion because $1.8 billion was for Optus Stadium with no lid. That's what 7-8 years ago now.
Yeah.
So my point is, I'm not trying to be. There's a huge impost in terms of $1 billion is $1 billion.
Put some stands up. Like I'm not talking build a stadium off the get go. But if they're going to make a 20th license, someone has money.
Oh, you know what?
They're going to do a 20th license, aren't they?
No. Well,
Yes, they are. They are.
Okay, you asked the
Not
question.
necessarily here.
I'm trying to. And so I have asked someone an exact question. I thought exactly like you, the 20th licence, fait accompli, it'll be Northern Territory, it'll be down south, it'll be somewhere. The AFL, to my knowledge, at this point, doesn't have an appetite for a 20th licence at the moment. Now, that could change in 3 or 4 years or 5 years. But at the moment, they're not going through submissions to say, where can we get the 20th licence up? That's my information.
Bullshit, Skeeter. I reckon we bloody want it.
Yeah.
Southwest Stadium, it's bloody coming in.
The Southwest Stingers,
So-
$1 billion,
It's gotta
mate.
be.
Just
So
do it like
Skeet-
Mars Stadium.
billion.
Skeeter was very caught up on the price, and I think I was being quite honest. I have no fucking idea.
Nah,
So,
no idea.
boys, I've done a bit of research. No, we're going to play this clip.
Great.
Do you want to know what they're proposing the Darwin Stadium to be?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Because that would be similar, right? Size?
Yep.
Yep.
With a lid
All right,
because
with a
it's
lid,
too
Yeah,
hot.
of course.
Yeah,
Yep,
of course.
Right,
Yeah.
lid only in Darwin.
Yep.
300 million, 25,000 roof stadium in Darwin.
Perfect.
300
Okay.
mil.
Nothing.
That's with a lid.
Okay, so take a lid off. You take a
Chump change.
so 30,000. Did you say 25,000?
Tassie Stadium is going to be 715 million. Darwin
How many-
proposed
how many-
25,000 seats. They're building a stadium in Dandenong. It's a 20,000 seat stadium.
Perfect.
In Dandenong, right?
Yep.
No lid.
No lid.
250.
That's
Please.
nothing.
Correct. So Skeet's
1.8
throwing around a
billion.
billion.
I also don't think you need 25. I reckon you could go 20.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, so that's what I mean. 20,000 seats, 20,000 seat soccer stadium in Dandenong. So 20,000 seat,
What about a
250 million. you get a 15,000 seat.
Yeah.
I reckon I honestly reckon put some scaffolding up, right? But they've then been building them in the West Indies for the World Cup cricket. They've just been putting up stadiums everywhere.
stadiums,
They're just
yeah,
literally putting scaffolding up everywhere.
Well,
Why can't we do that?
GMHBH
What I reckon
was-
you should do is there's heaps of you can find some mountains down south, can't you? There's plenty of them.
Yes.
Big, like mountains.
Yes.
Build it on the side of a mountain.
Carve it into a mountain.
Carve it into a mountain.
So
So
one
have stadium for like 2/3 of it.
Right.
So that's instead of 250 million, you're spending 150 million,
And
then just grass
Mountaineers.
stadium. Mountain. Everyone sits.
So do you want
Everyone
do you want
sits
a
up.
hill
It's
or
like
a mountain?
a mount, like a massive mountain, like the Adelaide Hill. When you go to the Adelaide Oval, you sit on the hill. Instead of a hill, you got a mountain. You're sitting up a mountain.
We've figured it out. There you go.
There you
Steve.
go.
I was
Set your little boutique beer stations up as you get higher levels.
I was fishy on the
Shelter.
whole Skeeter blowing up about the
course.
cost of it when I heard him, but I didn't know the answer. So then we have
Yeah.
the answer on cost. So I think that's sorted.
That's
If
easy.
the federal and state government can't get 250 mil together,
How much? And honestly, how much
Seriously.
how much of the AFL poured into the Gold Coast?
yeah, exactly right. And the GWS
Lots.
and Tassie, they'll be doing the
Lots.
same. And if they want a 20th license, they'll do the same here.
Correct, they will.
I'm going to put it back on the WA Footy Commission. If it is true that they are coming out and saying they don't want a 20th license, I
Bollocks.
call bullshit.
Bollocks,
Absolute
they
bullshit.
do. The BackChat Bears, get us down there.
The
The
on
BackChat Bears.
Southwest Stingers.
on YouTube
Southwest
Live
Indies.
keep sending comments in. D Cody said they spent 1.2 billion just on the road to Bustleton. They can easily spend another billion on a stadium.
You can't tell
Yeah.
me there's not a community of people down south.
Would you have it in Bustleton or Bunbury?
There's an airport there. You
Busso,
fly in,
Busso,
it'll be
Busso.
amazing.
yeah.
There's an airport there.
Yeah.
Fly
Yeah,
the
actually,
teams
of
in.
course, of course, yeah.
Send them to shelter the night before.
Yeah.
There's a brand new Hyatt, or what's the?
Absolutely.
Is it a Hyatt? Yeah,
Oh, you fucked me by saying Hyatt. It's not a Hyatt.
it's a
Hilton.
The Hilton. There's a big jetty down there too. Heaps of people can go and walk on that.
Big jetty.
Have your
There's lots
do your
of
captains
things.
run out in the jetty?
I reckon we've got to build Colours logo.
Yes.
Full suite. I think we need to start pouring some resources into
Done.
these fellas.
Sure.
Yep.
Happy?
Yep.
Hammer ranks. Let's time for this. Give us a little sting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And now on the BackChat podcast, Hammer Ranks.
Wow, brilliant stuff, Hammer. What do you
Yep.
got for us this
So-
week, big fella?
This one, Nick and I had a chat, obviously, in the morning. A bit going on production-wise today, so we thought, let's not get one with heaps of graphics. Let's make it a bit more hypothetical.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And so I also thought, like, there's been a lot of them have been quite funny and there's humor in it. And I thought, what about one that's not necessarily funny, but more so like something I would really like?
Okay.
And so what I've done is I've done hypotheticals. Have you seen The Last Dance?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan documentary.
absolutely.
Yeah, you
Yes.
seen that? Yeah.
Yes.
And I took it personally.
Brilliant. Really, really good. Have you seen the Collingwood documentary about the premiership
The
last
one they
year?
watched before round one. And
Yeah,
They got absolutely
they got
smashed
belted.
on.
Like
Is that
they've done that. Like the AFL had. Remember those guys we had following us around in the hub, and they did that stupid AFL.
yeah.
Like
Did
the
it ever
inside
come
the
out?
yeah, they did some stupid
Yeah, it was on
inside the
Amazon.
AFL
It
documentary.
came out, right?
It's on
Yeah.
Amazon, and it
Was
wasn't
good?
great. No,
Okay.
they did the one, the money to money or something about the fucking player agents. There's been some shit
Show me
AFL
the money.
document. Show me the money. Shocking AFL documentaries that have come out.
Yes.
So I thought to
Right.
myself this
Okay.
morning, hypothetically,
Right.
if you could have an all behind the scenes, peel the curtains back, no holds barred,
Yes.
all inclusive access documentary to anything that's happened in the AFL's history.
Okay. Yes, I'm with
Like what would they be?
This is brilliant. This is actually relevant. Dan and I were talking about this today,
Yes.
and we didn't know you were doing
you.
this.
And we can
Yeah.
actually make them.
So just like Hammer has nothing to do with the prep for this show, we have nothing to do with the prep
With the
for this.
prep for this.
Yeah, we're talking
Yeah.
other stuff.
So like, there's heaps of things that we could have thrown in there. Like we could have thrown a bunch. Like it'd be pretty cool to look at the Hawks three-peat. Like that would have been cool. It's not made the list.
Yes.
Hasn't made the list. It'd be cool to see the
I
Tigers
wouldn't watch
thing.
that. I would have no interest in
No,
it.
you wouldn't have any interest in it. And I've thought to myself, let me think of things that a lot of people would have interest in and that I would really want to see.
Okay.
Right.
So,
We're there.
Take notes.
yep. Here you go. GC80s.
So GC 80s.
Yep.
Like if they started Gold Coast in the 1980s?
No.
Is it like the Geelong Cats of the 80s?
Yep. So I have gone. I think it would be like an excellent viewing to watch the Geelong Cats of the 80s, early 90s. Like Billy Brownless lost 4 grand finals.
89, 92, 94, 95.
Like that whole team of all the way there, riding the highest, fail, riding the highest, fail, right, and
It's
like
like
you
the
see
Buffalo
the
Bills thing.
Yep, you see the Hawks just
Yeah.
go
Flags of
bang,
Buffalo.
bang, bang. You see the Hawks dominate. You see, and like how I think it would be
Oh,
just
yes.
incredible. And like, there's no payoff at the end of it. They don't win a grand final come the end of the documentary. It's like
Spoiler.
spoiler alert. It just sort of fades out. and then maybe like you can see them celebrating the 2008, 2007. Like that would be cool.
Like it fades out into like the video of Gary Ablett Jr. being birthed.
Yeah, something like
It
that.
fades into the Gary Ablett interview that's been floating around on the field where he's like,
Oh yeah.
kicking a couple of pigskins around on the been touching the pig thing. Like he's absolutely cooked out of his brain.
Yeah. So I think that would be for a documentary. And
I would watch the fuck out.
I'd
of it.
that's
watch the
good.
fuck out of that.
All right.
I think a lot of people would watch
So
the fuck
this
out
is
of
the
that.
Dermot Brown and he broke his
Yep.
ribs.
Yep.
Neville Bruns off the side of the square. That's
Something like that.
okay.
But like that would be
So good.
cool.
Keen.
Not focusing on the Hawks. I'm about
Wow.
the team that
That's
lost.
number 5.
That's number 5.
In for
I
that,
like
yeah.
it. Lock me in.
Number 4.
This is too easy. This one.
Go for it.
It's Gold Coast Suns,
Yeah.
right?
It's the Gold Coast Suns.
Okay.
I think like watch.
Charlie Dixon in the middle there.
Yes.
Carmichael Hunt.
Yep. David Swallow.
Wait, let me see if I can get these guys. He used to play for North Melbourne in the white. Isn't that? It looks like Ben Brown's child, the second from right. And
Second from the right.
I don't-
That is that Maverick Weller.
no, second from the right. He's first from the right.
First from the far right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who that is. The second from the right.
Ben Brown's dad.
Ben Brown's dad. Is that David Swallow?
No, it's not David Swallow.
What, in
he
the
used
white,
to play
the
at
first
North.
guy?
Yeah.
He used to play at North Melbourne. If anyone's watching along,
That
and
looks like the accountant got in for a photo.
if you can name those 6
Yeah,
players,
name those 6 players. Well done.
Show it on YouTube.
So I think it would just you've heard plenty of stories about them doing gym in a tin shed and like Gary Ablett coming in and just like having more money than all of them put together times 1,000. Like I think it would be a very cool documentary to watch that birth and the
Yes.
first number of years of like being basically like an old school new team
Startup.
in the
new
AFL.
team trying to come up with a new song,
Yeah.
like picking the colours. They've
Those
still got the
kits-
same jumper.
Those
Same
kits
jumpers,
are
yeah.
revolting.
Mate, they're
Yeah.
the same. Not
Like
now.
walking the streets of Gold Coast and no
Daniel,
one caring
they
about
play
you.
in that outfit now.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So when did you last watch Gold Coast? That's their
Never.
kit
That's
right
their
now.
current outfit.
Like that's what they're
That's
saying. They're trying to
disgraceful.
change their logo. It's exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, I think that would just be like a
Wave.
really,
Brilliant.
really cool
Yeah,
documentary
in
to
for
just
that
sort
too.
of go
Watch
in
that.
and watch.
But is it impossible to make? I know it's hypothetical, but like you could make the Geelong Cats one.
You could, but you wouldn't be
After
able.
the fact.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to get vision of like them
Yeah.
at the time. So the Last Dance one is them after the fact, but there's a lot of like behind the scenes vision of them at the
Sure.
time. I don't know how much behind the scenes footage there would have been at Geelong.
We'll make a call.
Well, okay.
WCS at number 3, like West Coast.
Where's my text message?
Singers,
Where's my
West Coast swindlers, West Coast sandbaggers.
No.
Oh, is it Wayne Carey something?
Yeah,
Scandal.
well done. Wayne Carey scandal,
Wow.
North Melbourne, 1996, 1999, into Adelaide.
How
That
behind the
would be
scenes you wanna
good.
go?
Not all the way, but like this was an intense. Like obviously, heaps of shit happened, and it would be a bomb of a documentary.
Shout out David King episode out right now with
Yeah.
BackChat.
Yeah, massive documentary,
Go and watch
a
it.
massive interview. But like, I think the story behind North through that stage to get to the premierships, win the premierships, the role that Carey had in that premiership window, to then the fallout, and then the Adelaide and that game, and Glenn Archer and Steve, it'd be just
Brilliant.
It would be like edge of your seat TV.
Yes.
It'd be fucking unbelievable stuff to watch.
And then like the comeback and everything. Like what about the I don't know meeting held on the Monday morning after all this shit goes down, the
Yep.
press conference with Carey, like but behind the curtain,
Yep.
like hey Wayne, like this is what we're going to roll out here, mate. 'Cause
Yeah.
remember you like rolled out day after it
Yep.
happened, like sacked basically.
So
Oh,
it
boy.
just like, yeah, to go behind, like to have a full behind the curtains look at that would be fucking incredible.
So I just looked at the next one. I just thought this would be
Righto.
yep.
What have you got next?
Number 2, WCE.
Yeah. What do you think?
WCE 2005 to 2007.
I thought close. West Coast Eagles, the rise and fall,
Right.
and then potential rise
Yeah,
again.
2005 to 2007.
So-
So you want to go from 2006 to 2018?
I'm thinking like start at the 2005, 2006.
Yep.
Hit the start of that.
Oh my god!
Get the crash, get the rebuild again, and then what the like?
Just
Mate,
looking
this
at
is my
those-
you understand this is my
Yeah,
career.
I know. And then
You
get a dive,
literally,
and then
this
get
is
a
my
deep
career.
dive into like what the fuck's happened the last
Look at the
couple of
players.
years.
Mate, we can
Since
do
we've-
this.
since
in the
we've
middle
gone.
there.
This is me.
Yeah, I know, but
This is
since
my-
we've left,
Genuine career.
I know. Since you,
2006 to 2020. What
That-
happened?
yeah.
I'll tell you what happened. We were in a hub and we fucking left our souls there.
so that I think for like, and you could take this back. This documentary would be able to flesh out quite easily. You could take this back to '89, and because the club has been a juggernaut for 36 to however many fucking years it's been, 40 years. It's been a powerhouse for a long, long time. Yes, they had the blip in after 2006. and that was obviously a dip.
The blip.
And then the rebuild, win the flag, but it's been like a perennial juggernaut in the finals. They've been dominating, and this has been a sustained period of just being fucking abysmal. And it's not necessary. It's not even common in any other team. It's just an anomaly in the history of the competition.
Yes.
Not since the Gold Coast started, since GWS started, has a team performed this badly for 2 or 3 years straight.
Is Richmond on the way there right now? Richmond are very bad right now. North Melbourne. Hang on.
North Melbourne.
Hang on. What about North Melbourne being on pretty poorly at the same time?
Yeah, this is their second year of being like at the bottom.
No.
Second or
Hang on
third.
Hang on.
West Coast Eagles the last 2 years have finished on the worst percentage and the worst win-loss since Gold Coast.
So they didn't finish bottom 2 years ago.
They finished second bottom, didn't they?
Yeah.
To North.
To North Melbourne.
Yeah, but it's been.
You're such a North Melbourne fan.
Yeah, I am.
You're sucking off North Melbourne there.
I love
mate.
North.
Hang on a second.
No, they haven't been that bad.
But they also weren't like this fucking beast of a club
Correct.
for a long time.
Yeah, so that's what I'm sort of saying is like they're bad for West Coast. You're saying they're bad for bad, which they are.
They have been bad for bad.
I'm now sucking West Coast off.
Anyway, and then you could fit it, but this would be a good documentary because you could tie it in to the potential rise again, and then
It's
it would
a
all
story.
be. It's a great story.
bloody brilliant.
I think it's a fucking good story and be an excellent
It's
documentary.
not your number one though.
It's not my number one.
It's your number two.
Yeah, and I think
I'll tell you what.
Good list.
Sign me up to fucking Hammers
Yeah.
Docos.
this just writes itself. What have you got?
EDS.
Yeah.
Essendon
Drug
drug
scandal.
saga.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, this would be a good one.
Imagine that.
This would be a
Imagine
very
Great
that.
photo. Fuck, man. I mean, it's not even funny, is it? Look at the boys behind us.
Imagine this. You could, it would just be, you could have 10 episodes about this. Like, imagine having behind the scenes footage of the conversations with the weapon and Stephen Dank.
Imagine Danky getting up the front and go, boy, the first prezzo to him.
Yeah.
Boys, this is what we're rolling out.
doing.
Yeah, and like,
Wow.
imagine being able to see behind, and like, there's all this shit about Hurdy fucking stabbing himself in the eyes with all this other shit. Like, imagine having all that.
The suntan going.
Yeah,
there.
in that, and this would be unbelievable.
It went for so long as well.
It did,
Yeah.
and you could string it out, and like all the new players that come in, and fuck, all of a sudden they found Tip and Woody out of nowhere, and they come back, and then, but they still haven't won a fucking final, and it's been a million years.
If you want to have a sneak behind the curtain of what a doco could look like, Dustin Fletcher on our episode a couple of years ago
True.
on BackChat gave us a fair bit, and he was involved in all
He
of
was.
this. He would have played far more games than he did, and he played 400 games.
Yep.
So, that's brilliant.
Like Joe Watson stripped of his Brownlow,
Oh, yeah, boy, I forgot about that.
like
yes.
Everything.
James Hurd lost all.
James
to the
Hurd
game.
lost everything.
He's gone.
Yep.
Max Hansen on YouTube comments guessed the Essendon drug scandal as one when you started
Yeah,
talking about this.
nice,
Max.
Maxi.
Also said that North Melbourne was 17th in 2020, 18th 2021, 18th 2022, 17th 2023,
Yeah, I'm just sucking
and
them off.
18th currently in
Of
2024.
Emma.
course. No, they're bad. They're really bad.
Emma, you said no team in the history of the game. who had a-
maybe 2 years.
No, West Coast last year, that was, and the year before that, what was it, 2022, where they had they won 2 games and they had a percentage of like 48.
But did you just listen to the what?
Yes, I did listen to that. and
Stop ignoring it.
I'm not ignoring it. It's been an
Why do you love
abnormally
North
bad patch for West Coast.
Can I add like a great hammer ranks? Really
Thanks.
quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that'd be my top 5.
Can I give you an
I wanna watch all of
asterisk
them.
and maybe a future facing one? So these ones that we can't back and do it.
North Melbourne.
Put some mics on North Melbourne for the downfall of a football club.
Yeah.
They continue along. They're not going anywhere.
No.
They're going out of the AFL or maybe to the Southwest. Nicholas, have you got a microphone over there? Nick
He does.
Nick
Can I
Westall?
just clear up some of the
Yes,
early
please.
Gold Coast?
Yep.
Daniel Harris.
Daniel Harris from North Melbourne. I
Yeah.
was correct.
Yep,
Great
there you
one.
go.
And Mark Locke was the second guy on the left.
Mark.
Mark Locke.
Oh, lucky.
Queensland recruit, never played a game. But
Wow.
he's got a nice
Well,
little goatee there. So
Can
well
I
done,
just-
Mark Locke? He's
Can I
listening.
just give you some YouTube comments which
Yep.
have been seen? There's been some really good ones, so please keep saying them in. Someone said on the cost for building a stadium. Someone said a cheap house is close to $500K to build. Get expenditure on that. Easy, looking over $1 billion. And also someone said a soccer pitch is half the size of an AFL oval, so the materials will be double.
Well, the grass.
Maybe the grass materials.
No, the
will be
grass
double.
will be, and so will
But
the
the s-
boundary. Yeah, you're correct.
I don't think we don't need Optus Stadium in Busselton.
No, we don't need
No.
Optus Stadium.
Like
Busselton.
honestly, 15,000 with the ability to increase it to 30, that'd be just fine.
Yeah,
You
it'd
pack
be
it
pretty
out
good.
every week. Wouldn't you want a stadium that packs out rather than
Yep,
sort
it
of
What is
Harvey
what
and
is the
White?
Giant Stadium? The GWS.
It doesn't matter. I don't fill it out very often, so it doesn't
Yep,
go
they
up.
give it to-
Over the way. Hey, before, we need to get something for Hammer Leeds.
Oh yes, we need to do this.
Got to go through the midpoint of the season.
Yeah, the mid-season review.
Right, mid-season review. So we're going to do a couple of things here. We're reviewing ourselves,
Yep.
But
okay.
we're first of all reviewing the teams, how they're going. We want a little summary on each side. We're going to give them a 3-word review. Maybe where they're at, how they've gone, where they're going. Just 3 words allowed on the side. So Nick, he's going to be involved with us a bit here, Nicholas. Are you going to give us the teams? How are we going to do this?
Let's just go random. I'll chuck you a team. We'll go 2 each around the table.
Great.
All right.
3 words, and maybe you get a rebuttal if you hate it.
And what are the chances you miss one here? Do you think you'll get all 18 out?
0 chance. He'll get all 18.
You
Zero,
know what I
zero.
did?
I don't believe you.
I said, ChatGPT, give me 18 AFL teams and randomise them in 3 groups.
Well done.
Wow,
Very
nice.
smart, man. Well done.
Very good.
What do you got for us? And who's
All
going
right,
first?
Let's go Dan first.
Yes.
3-word review of the Western Bulldogs.
Um,
1. Got him.
why not good?
Yeah, good. I
Well,
like
why
it.
not good? So why that? Yeah, that's a really good start.
Great
That's
I was
deep.
going to say lob TikTok. I don't know why. But,
What about us?
yeah, that's great. Very good.
Let's go Adelaide Crows while we're here as well, Dan.
Couldn't care less.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Dan's on
Yeah,
fire.
Dan's
Let's go.
Scully, we'll
Yes.
go you next. Richmond Tigers.
They are shit.
Yep.
They're so shit.
Let's go the Bombers as well.
Essendon. Oh, damn, that's 4. Everyone, I keep thinking I was 4. Better
Without drugs.
than predicted.
Nice.
Good. Yeah, that's great.
Lame.
Like, why? Yeah, but they way.
Yeah, way better than predicted.
Yeah,
Yes.
way better.
Hammer, let's get the Kangaroos, your favourite team.
Absolutely fucking horrible.
Yes, that's 3 words. I can take that. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Why didn't you say I love them?
Yeah.
Or
Because they're abysmal.
we love kangaroos.
Brisbane Lions as well.
Kanga, kanga, kanga.
Brisbane.
That's a fake laugh, Dad.
I was just thinking about it. Yeah, anyway.
Who? Brisbane.
Should have beaten COVID.
Should have beaten COVID.
Should have won in 2020 when it was COVID.
Oh, so you're disappointed you're still hanging on to 2
Yeah,
years
they're
ago.
still- 4 years ago at this point. Because
Really?
they're shit now. They're never going to win another game. Their best chance at winning a flag was Brisbane when it was there.
They're
And
done, aren't they?
they're the worst. They're shit.
They're so done.
They're North Melbourne.
So they should have won in COVID.
Yeah, that was their chance.
That was their chance, and they've pooped it, and now see you later. It doesn't matter if you get rid of the coach. Doesn't know what you do. See you later.
I would rather be West Coast right
I'd
now.
rather be North Melbourne than Brisbane.
No.
Yep, I would be.
Why?
North Melbourne have got the best young talent, but they're just leaderless and rudderless.
God. And everythingless. What have they got? George Wardlaw.
Yep.
Their coach
Harry
is trash.
George Wardlaw,
LDU,
Harry Cecil, LDU,
Harry Sheasel,
Colby McCurchin, Nick Larkey.
McKercher, Larkey.
Yep.
Anyone else?
Nope.
Just those 5, and we're all
Dersma?
good.
Is that Dersma? Yeah, pretty good
Does
player.
he even play?
Griff Logue when he gets better.
You know what happened?
We love Griff.
We do love it. But even those 5 players, like, okay, what have Brisbane got?
Like
Lachie Neale.
2-time best
Yep.
and fairest winner.
Yep, he's
Shut
going
up-
to
shut up
retire,
as
but
well.
he's not going to be a
Brain.
part of their next flag.
Harris Andrews.
Yep, not going to win their next flag.
He's not going to be their next flag.
They're not going to win a flag with any
Harris
of these
Andrews
players.
isn't 30 yet.
Yeah, but
He's
he's
captain of the side.
What about Shadow?
Shadow
They
Brain.
do have the whole brain.
I
institution.
mean, yeah, I don't like Brisbane. I'm just saying
No,
they're better
they're-
than North Melbourne.
I'd rather be North.
All right, let's keep moving along.
I just have a quick hot take on North Melbourne while we're on North Melbourne. Alistair Clarkson's not a good coach.
Wow.
Okay, well,
And-
he might not be coaching a good side.
That's the thing. Hawthorn, he had fucking endless talent.
But no, the
He
thing
picked
is,
it up.
players make coaches, mate, not the other way around. Coaches don't make players. Good players make a good coach.
That's
a good
what I
coach
mean.
doesn't make good players.
That's what I mean. So now he doesn't have good players. All of a sudden, he's not a good coach.
Hawthorn were dog shit when he took over.
and then they got Buddy Franklin.
Anyways,
And Roughhead and
Jared
Lewis
Roughhead
in the
and
same
Lewis, yeah. And then
same
Luke
draft.
Hodge and
Dan,
Sam
let's
Mitchell.
let's hear from Eagles review. 3 words.
so fucking good.
Oh no,
piss
I'm
off.
not taking
No,
it.
Start
Harley,
again.
Harley Reid beast.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
fair
three.
enough.
right, love
Great.
it.
Carlton Blues.
What? Lids are off.
Lids are off. I don't even know. I don't even know what they're doing at the moment.
That's not 3 words.
It's more than 3.
Still don't trust them.
That's 4.
Still
You lose a word.
Don't
for
do
the
them
next
out.
trust apostrophe them.
Still,
Yeah.
still don't trust.
Still don't trust. Yeah, still don't trust. There we go.
That's fine.
Or is it me?
Scully, Collingwood.
Should be better.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect. Coming off the back of a flag.
Yep.
I think they probably should be better, but they've been injured as well, so can't really blame it, can you?
Geelong Cats.
Were never good. Like, they're on top of the ladder and they're never good, and people are surprised they lost 4 in a row. They're not going to play finals. Won't make finals. Won't make finals.
It's a hot take.
They won't make. Mate, I called it 6 weeks ago. Won't make finals. Wow. Shit. Good. Well, and it's not their fault. Like, they lost a bunch of stars. Like Joel Selwood's in the media doing wonderful things.
Oh, Joel. You feel for him?
I
feel for him.
Oh boy.
Hammer.
Okay,
Let's go Gold Coast Suns.
Still genuinely irrelevant.
The Suns. Yeah. Will they play finals?
No.
I don't think so either.
And Freo Dockers.
Stop fucking handballing.
Great.
Please start kicking the
just
footy
fucking
and move
kick
it
it.
quickly. What are they doing?
I don't know.
Mate, have a word to someone in there.
I have.
Seriously. Good.
Dan,
I'm
GWS.
going to start tackling as well in my dream team.
They'll be back.
Yeah,
Okay.
They'll be back to...
they will. They'll be with an apostrophe. I like it.
They'll be back to what? Just can you
Just
extrapolate?
like they've started strong,
Right.
dipped hard.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
they
I
have
think-
dipped-
I think-
they've
I
dipped-
think-
they've
I
like
dipped.
it.
Jack Buckley injured hurts him.
Melbourne Demons. Ben Brown rules.
Forever.
Bring back Angus.
Yeah.
Get off drugs.
You can't. It's fucking it's the truth.
Yeah,
Season derailed. Derailed. Oh,
I like it.
I'm talking about that rail.
Couldn't beat Eagles.
Yep, there you go.
Fucking
Couldn't
perfect.
beat
That
Eagles.
is
That's a
true.
great one.
Best of the lot, I reckon.
How many have you got?
Scully, Sydney Swans.
Best team ever.
Chad Warner rules.
Yeah, great. Perfect.
With
And
a Z.
The Chad.
Port Adelaide Power.
What, it sounds really funny you saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it does
Well,
sound
yeah.
strange.
Port. Like good but shit. Like they kind of should be good, but they're
Yep.
just shit. Like they're just
Good but shit.
not
I like
quite
that.
there.
Yep.
I like good but shit.
Good. Last two, Hammer, St Kilda.
Boring Ross Lyon.
Yeah, wow, goes bang.
And finish off on the Hawks.
Third best team.
Oh,
You ain't listening to me?
Yeah.
Great.
Right.
Third
Absolutely
best team,
spot
yeah.
on. And it is absolutely correct. Now, boys, you're going to go in 1 second, Hammer.
Yeah, 1 second. Just
But
wow.
before we go there, at the start of the year, we gave our preseason predictions,
Yes.
and I need to go through them with a bit of a fine-tooth comb to see how we're
Sure.
going. I'm gonna
I've still
start-
got 5 minutes, so we
Oh, okay,
don't have
great.
to speed through
Great,
this.
great. So we gave premiership, runner-up, so lost the grand final, not really runner-up, Brownlow medal and Coleman medal. I think we were meant to give another one, but we forgot about it. I think we were meant to give the Jack Buckley medalist, but we didn't
Oh,
do
yeah,
that.
we did.
Sure.
So maybe we could call one going into the year.
Okay.
So I'll start with mine. Premiership, I had GWS. They're currently in 6th spot.
I'll be back.
It's not over yet.
They'll be back.
They'll
yep.
be back, correct. Runner-up, I had in Collingwood, currently in 8th spot.
Yep, they're the second best team currently.
They're injured a lot.
Yep, but
We'd
they're
like
still
them to get some
flying. I
players
like 'em.
back. Brownlow medal, I had Errol Goulden.
Yep.
He's had 40 coaches' votes. Just for some context, coaches' votes, of course, given by both coaches after the game. Heaney is leading that with 71, Dacos 59, Merritt 55, Sarong 50, Warner 48. And I can only assume in 6th position is Errol Goulden. Dan,
Yes.
you. Oh, sorry.
Who was your Coleman medal?
Sorry. My Brownlow is that, and my Coleman medal. Oscar Allen has kicked 0 goals.
Hey, still time. Still time.
I think that's kind of close. Got the right side. Just
Yeah.
didn't pick the luge.
Yeah, you just didn't pick the luge.
Yes.
All right. Dan, Premiership, Brisbane,
Oh, that's a bad pick.
currently 13th.
That's a really
It's a horrible
bad pick.
Why did you pick them?
I just thought this was going to be the year they finally did it, but this is the year they
I think
finally crumbled.
I think we were quite critical of Brisbane
Horribly
at the start of the
critical,
year. I remember doing this and being like, Dan, fucking disgusting.
They can't even win in Brisbane.
Collingwood, currently 8th, was your runner-up.
Yep.
Brownlow medal, you had Patrick Cripps.
Like
Pretty good
it.
player.
He's on 42 coaches' votes. Would have had 3 Brownlow votes last night,
Yeah.
definitely. I like it, Dan.
He'd be top 3 at the end of the season.
I like it. Coleman medal, you had Charlie Curnow, who's on
Well done,
36
well done.
goals, leading the Coleman.
That's
So
a safe bet. I like it.
three-peating, is that
I
2 in a
went
row?
yeah, 3-peat.
Yeah, you went for the 3-peat. I like it.
Wow, and Hamish Brayshaw, Premiership, you have picked Melbourne.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Hate every second of it.
It's probably the best of the 3. GWS,
No,
Brisbane, Des-
GWS are better than Melbourne.
Okay. They're
Yes.
currently 5th.
Yeah, but that's just because they're shit.
Runner-up Collingwood, we all picked
Yep,
them.
all
Good
picked
job.
them,
So Collingwood are going to make the grand final and lose it.
Yeah, that hurts.
See, I think if they make the grand final,
They
they're not
win it.
losing.
Yeah, no,
They're
I
winning
agree.
it.
Unless
Not
they
sure
play
what we're
Sydney, the
thinking
best
there.
team in the world.
Brownlow medal, Clayton Oliver.
Yep, I stand by it. Watch him come
just-
home with a bang.
There's the 9 votes from the
No,
coaches.
I disagree with that pick now. Looking at it. Looking at it.
And the Coleman medal, Nick Larkey.
Yeah, I thought
19 goals.
No, I thought North would be better.
You thought that would be better? So the
Well-
current Coleman, Curnow 36, Ben King 32, Hogan 31, Delouche, Waterman 30, and Kyle Langford 29.
Gee.
That's
How many
us,
did
boys.
Curnow
Yeah,
kick
no, I
last
was
night?
off.
So can we? Curnow kicked
Three
or something?
goals.
Three or four.
Just think- I'm just thinking about how much the Lush needs.
The Lush is going to have a big day today.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
St Kilda tomorrow.
Or is
Yeah.
I'm excited about watching that one.
Yeah,
Hammer,
big-
that is us. But before we let you go, Hammer,
Yep.
I want to show you a video of a very excited Roos draftee in the mid-season draft. on
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Number
Can
one
we have a
pick.
little look at this, boys?
Gets announced.
Wow.
There's any audio.
To Collingwood, I believe, or was it North Melbourne?
North Melbourne.
North Melbourne.
So he's just been told he's going to go play with Melbourne.
So his old
His old
man
man's
next, or his
happy-
grandpa
maybe his
next to
grandpa,
him,
He's happy as Larry.
he doesn't give it. No one cares. Old man in the red shirt gives no fucks whatsoever.
Literally hasn't moved.
Look, they both look at him. They both hate kangaroos way more than you love
Do you
them.
know what he's doing under his jumper out there? He's going.
Shit.
And I thought this was combined, but they're not combined. And another lad that went in the mid-season draft, Hammer. If we get the image up, can we just have a look at this one, please, boys? I don't know. I'm assuming this is his name, Illaru Big Roo Smith. Right? So this is
A
rivaling
new
Shadow
breed
Brain.
of ruckman.
So a new breed of ruckman. So Illaru Big Roo Smith, a new breed of ruckman. This is his own website, published by himself.
Okay.
Right. So he's basically got
Big
a
Roo.
he's got a marketing thing like, hey, this is what I do. This is a few little segments pulled from it, Hammer. If do you want me to read you some?
Yeah, please.
So he's been picked up, by the way. So we can't laugh too hard. 'cause
NFL
it's
pick
worked.
me.
So his goal for this season is to be, and I quote, the best ruckman in the league, not just hit-outs wise, but around the ground too. From the website, and I quote, this is Illaru Smith. So it's written in the third person.
Yeah, okay. He's basically Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
This is Illaru Smith. He's currently playing for the Eastern Rangers in the Coates Talent League. He plays in the ruck and down forward, but is also keen to play other positions to showcase his talent around the ground. I'm telling you right now, if you're a ruck forward, you're not fucking playing anywhere else. You're not running around the wing.
No, you're not.
He has junior experience in every position, but would love to explore those roles at a higher level.
Who doesn't have junior experience in every position? Coaches literally just say, all right, boys, we stay exactly where you were on the field. We're flipping it round. We're kicking the other way now.
Yes.
A little excerpt from his first game. He remembers his first game vividly. Before the game in the change rooms, he realised, and in commas and in third person, he didn't have the shorts. Luckily, Mum and Dad were there to save the day and got him his playing shorts and socks for the game.
Illaru Big Roo Smith.
Who did he get?
Who picked up?
Who did he get drafted to, Nicholas? You're typing like an absolute
Collingwood.
spud here.
He's a magpie.
Really?
Big Roo Smith. Him and Mason will get
Big
along
Smith.
well.
So
Him
the
and
big-
Big Coxie.
The Big Roo is
Yeah.
going to the Magpies.
Yep.
I think it's bloody brilliant. I think
Shit, yeah, that's
advertising
good.
yourself that you lost a player in the mid-season.
Yeah, we
East
did.
Perth.
Darcy Craven. Good player. Very good player. Gone up to the Brisbane Lions. Sorry, mate. Worst team ever. But
We've just
yep,
sledged the
I'd
shit
rather
out
be
of
at North Melbourne.
Mate, you've got a bit of work to do, a bit of action to get to.
Yep, I do.
What do you got on this weekend? Anything? Who are you
No, we got
playing?
a bye this week. Oh, not a bye. We got a weekend off and then Monday, WA Day game. So I won't be here Monday.
Very
Just
good.
FYI to everybody at home.
Okay. Where are you going? Are you playing?
Playing, yeah.
I
I'll be
wasn't
playing at
listening.
Joondalup. Yeah, that's right.
Joondalup. We could do a live cross to the change rooms at East Perth. Well, Hammer's going to leave us during this one, but we're very lucky to be joined right now by Mitch Cleary, leader of the Channel 7 Sports Newsroom and host of the Tradies podcast. He joins us right now for a chat about all things footy. Okay, welcome. Thanks to ID Athletic. We've got this man in the house, the biggest newsbreaker in the game. I'll put the title on him. He's a little bit late to this one, Dan. What was he doing?
He was
breaking news.
Breaking news.
He was breaking news. Scott Pendlebury out for a long time. Can we start with that, Mitch? Mitch Cleary joins us. How are you, mate?
Well, thanks for having me on board. Yeah, it's a bit of a blow to the Pies. They keep racking up these injuries, and the big fella, Scotty Pendlebury, he's been invincible for so long. He's out for at least a month now. It's going to push back that 400-game milestone to at least round 21. And by my maths, it means he's going to have to play into 2026 now, which is 2 years away if he's going to break Boomer's all-time games record. So it is a fair setback. I know we're a long way away from that, Will, but it's a blow because they've had De Goey out, Myercheck, Tommy Mitchell's missed a fair bit of footy, Hoskin Elliott, now Mason Cox. So they keep racking up these injuries to the Premiership stars.
Yeah, that injury list is looking
rough.
ridiculous. Now, Mitch, we know you're head of Channel 7's news side of things with the footy. We know you've got Tradies podcast.
Yeah.
But Dan and I have both met you away from professional areas, I would say. Dan was just running me through the first time he met you, and I laughed. What happened?
The TLA event at Gather Round, I think I'd had 1,000 beers, and I think I was just screaming things at you. It was a loud venue.
Can you remember this, Mitch?
I was just screaming at you. They're not going to pick him, Mitch.
I have heard that line bob up a couple of times.
Oh, mate. It's one of those times where you remember, like, you're thinking about what happened yesterday. You're like, oh, that's so stupid. What was I doing? But yeah, it's just nice to talk to you now in this environment. It's a bit more controlled.
So over here in the West, Mitch, you're not going to pick him, Mitch.
Yeah, you're not going to pick him.
I'm surprised someone hasn't put that on a T-shirt, to be honest. It's quite prolific over here in the West. How have you found that?
I'm just proud that I've made the quote, because you could have just, they're not going to pick him. It sort of would have just stuck on its own. So, yeah, geez, Harley's first 10 weeks have been pretty special. You know what? I actually thought all last year that they were a good chance to split that pick if we want to go right back, because what they did the year before, they had the chance to get Sheasel and Wardlaw or one of those guys, and they split it to go and get Jinby and a later pick and sort of trade into the future. I thought, well, maybe that's the way, but geez, this kid is generational. You don't need me to tell you guys that, but it's been fun to watch from afar, and it's put him on the map on the East Coast, because we often talk in our newsroom about the guys that transcend the Melbourne news, because we've got 10 teams to worry about here for our news in Melbourne, and you're thinking there's so much to get through. But we were chatting the other day, I reckon Toby Green and Harley Reid are probably the only two that probably can cut through the Melbourne market from teams outside of the state, and he's already done that after 10 games. It's pretty special.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, I was of the same. I was kind of the same as Sammy, to be honest. I thought they would split it. I think their list still is poor. Like I kind of agree with all of that. Just going hard at Harley Reid, and then Harley just go and whack through the covers for his first 10 games. Like people at games, like the atmosphere over here at Optus Stadium when working for Fox or 6PR is just crazy. It's Natanui and Cousins. They're the only other two that have ever done it over here like that.
Yeah, and to be able to pack out the stadium like they have, and I'm yet to see him live at Optus, but I'd love to get there one. So I reckon Optus, there was a game I went to, Freo Bulldogs, in that final a couple of years ago when Freo came from behind out of nowhere and knocked off the Dogs. Honestly, that's the best atmosphere I've ever seen at a footy match in my time covering the game.
Yes.
But just watching through the TV, when Harley gets the footy, it looks like Optus just erupts. So I'm hanging out to try and get to a game. And I reckon he's the sort of guy that might be able to put him back on the prime time Friday night, Thursday night footy off his own back.
Yeah, absolutely. I as a West Coast fan and just have gone through some grim couple of years, like you're watching games just because they're your team, but now I'm watching it and I'm just excited. It's actually a fun thing, and you get beaten by 50 points or whatever, but Harley does a few cool things. It's still good.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what he does in the next 2, 3, 4 years when he's had a few pre-seasons under his belt. Like they always, and even I know the WA media covered it within an inch of its life, but they sort of go on 70 or 80% will, don't they? Like the sort of the pre-season load. So when he gets a full pre-season under his belt, he could be anything.
Yeah, he's trained and played with 6 different clubs last year, and I know from people inside the club, he's got no idea what he's doing in there. He's never done weights. He doesn't know how to train. He just loves playing and taking them on, which I think is so exciting for him. Hey, there's a couple of and again, this will be a mix across your work with Seven and tradies, but there's a couple of West Australian related sort of rumours or murmurs going around. The two are Chad Warner and Elliot Yeo. I wondered if you had your thoughts on those situations. Chad Warner probably first, given he's contracted.
Come home, Chad.
Probably put himself into the top 5 players in the competition. I don't know, but I think there's significant interest from both. How do you see that one?
Yeah, absolutely. I can't see him signing in the next few months, which is going to open the door for these big raids from the Eagles and Dockers. He is contracted to the end of 2025, and he's not a free agent. So it's a bit different to those other ones where, you better throw a stack of cash and you be able to just prize him out. My read on Chad Warner is he's happy at Sydney. It wouldn't shock me if he signs for 2 more, because he's in year 6 next year, which would take him 2 more to free agency, and then would open up at 26 years of age after that. A crack for the Eagles or Dockers, but there's always that lure home. I know back in 2021 there was some sort of informal chats, and he made a bit of murmurings around would he look at going home then. He decided to stay at the Swans, and he's gone nuts since. So I can understand why the Eagles and Dockers fans, and not only the clubs, are lining up to try and bring him back. The WA girlfriend as well is a big component of it too. It's not like he's got pull to stay in Sydney on the home front with his partner. She's from the West as well, which is always maybe adds a percentage or two in favour. But I think he's pretty happy, and I can't see him breaking the contract this year to head home.
Yeah, so you mentioned breaking the contract, and I've got to put my hand up and say I don't understand this space, and you will. Breaking the contract. So we say he's not a restricted free agent. We say he's not a free agent, but he can do a deal, can't he? I mean, like players can still do deals and break contracts. It just means there's more to do with the clubs. Is that what would happen if there was something done earlier?
Well, it's always like the Tim Kelly one. He was the first year he tried to go home. He was in contract. The Cats held him to that contract, and they said staying, and he had to do that because he was in contract. And then the year later, he was out of contract, but not a free agent. So it basically meant the Eagles had to give up a premium for him, and we saw what that was. So that would be, I'm just using that as an example with Chad Warner next year. So he'd be year six at the end of 2025 when his current contract expires. It means the Dockers and Eagles, given the competitiveness in that market, both teams would be keen to get him. They would have to pay 2 top 10s at least to get him out of the Swans, given the interest in the market for him. But now if he was to break his contract this year and say, I want out at the end of 2024, the Swans could either hold him to that or just command 3-4 first-round picks because he is tied to them and they basically own his deal. We're still a long way off players, being able to be traded against their will or anything like that. So I think he's staying in Swans colours for at least the next 18 months, and then I guess he's got a decision to make at the end of 2025. If he doesn't re-sign by sort of Feb, March next year, I reckon alarm bells, because the Swans, if they had their choice right now, would sign him for 10 years. I think the most likely, though, is 2 years to that free agency window for the end of 2027, that would be.
So his manager would just be saying, mate, hold out, we'll sign you for a short-term deal, and then you get paid big time, like whether it's from Sydney or another club, right?
Yeah, and you look at the free agents now, clubs are so wary of Tassie coming into the competition that they don't want to give up picks. So you're hearing these extraordinary numbers for like Luke Davies-Uniacke, even Hugh McCluggage. Clubs will throw 20, 30% more at free agents to get them out because they don't have to give up draft picks for them. If you're a club, let's just use Freo for an example. If you waited 3 more years to get Chad Warner, you get him in the door and don't have to give up a single pick. You might pay him a bit more because you're getting him essentially for nothing, as opposed to giving up 2 top 10 picks that might jeopardise your future. And clubs, they're going to be like hen's teeth, these top 10 picks before Tassie comes in, because clubs want to get these 18 and 19-year-olds in the door before the draft is compromised for 2 or 3 years when Tassie comes in. Like we saw when the Suns and the Giants came in, like Hawthorn was so dominant in that period, clubs couldn't take the jump because all the good kids were Giants and Suns. Like, yeah, it's going to be a really fascinating time for list management, I think, in the next 2 or 3 years.
What about what about Elliot Yeo? There's I'm surprised when I saw that the Crows were offering such a high contract for a guy who's, like, to be honest, like, he's had a few good games this year, but he's hardly played over the last few years. Like, why? I don't know why Adelaide would throw so much money at him. Yeah,
I'm with you. I saw Ryan Daniels' report on that I think it was 2.7 over 3, so an average of $900,000 a season, and he's missed games of footy, I guess, since that report with his injury. It feels a little overs, but the Crows are looking for a difference maker in their midfield, so it would make a bit of sense that they're going to go and look for that sort of guy. They don't really have that burst sort of midfielder. They've got a lot of sort of the same guys in there. I would still think at this stage he's more likely to stay, but if he hasn't signed by round 17 or 18 this year, then that might switch. But I don't think Elliot Yeo is out the door by any stretch at the Eagles just yet.
I'm a big fan of the Pat McAfee show, Mitch, and I see Ian Rappaport, he jumps on there. He's a bit of a newsbreaker that spent some time on there, and he'll be doing a chat like this, and he'll just be on his phone, and there's tweets going off. I was just wondering, you personally, how much time are you spending on your phone and socials and texts coming back and forth during the day when you're not on camera doing your reporting stuff?
Yeah, it's quite a bit. I reckon my screen time is probably 10 hours on average a day, which is high. But in trade period, that would probably push into 12, 13, 14. So it's funny. Like, you're always got to be near your phone because like the Pendles thing happens and that is just the Savo and you've got 10, 15 minutes before someone else will probably jump on it.
Yes.
So if you don't, then you're sort of just wasting your time. But it's all fun and games. You go through times when the phone won't ring, then it won't shut up. So
yeah, do you enjoy that? Like, you enjoy the game? Do you enjoy that side of it?
Yeah, I'm naturally competitive. I loved playing footy when I was younger, so this sort of fills that void of the competitiveness. There is times when you think, it would be different life living a 9 to 5 job, putting your phone down or emails down at Friday at 5 o'clock, and then just going into the office at 9 o'clock on a Monday morning. There's no doubt there's times when you think, gee, that wouldn't be bad to try for a week or two, but no, I do love it. And if I wasn't doing this, I'd want to be doing it. So it's an amazing opportunity I've got.
Yeah, it's good.
You got any little nuggets you can tease us with? Obviously, you
Just
don't
for
want to give
BackChat?
away any scoops, but just for this little live show that we do here, and nobody's listening to
Give
it.
us
so
something,
don't
Mitch.
worry, no one's watching it.
Give us something.
That's a good. I'm trying to think of something now off the top of my head. WA related. Gee, sorry, you probably caught me on the spot.
Nah,
That's all right. It's fine. It's fine. I actually do have one more question for you on the or you just had a little smile there. Something.
No, if you give me a couple of minutes, maybe something.
He's just flicking through the Rolodex. I can't give him that. Can't give him that.
That's not
Haven't put that out yet.
The umpiring changes, or the sort of
Adjudication, interpretation.
interpretation thing that's changed mid-season, like that. That for me, I don't think that happens very often, if at all. Right? That's Can you how long has that been sort of in the works for?
It feels like it's sort of gone to a next level in the last 3 or 4 weeks since Chris Scott and Dimmer have sort of spoken about it. Like the coaches have probably put this on the agenda more than anyone, more so than the media. I think that Chris Scott, when he went on that long-winded take after the Cats lost that game to the Power, and then Dimmer last week. Personally, I don't mind it. At least everyone's on the same page now. I think they've basically done this to correct another rule. So with the dangerous tackle, players in possession of the ball knew that they were able to fight through the tackle and they weren't going to be dumped. So they knew that they had more time to stand up and try and do a 360 or a 540 and get rid of the ball. Now the AFL is saying, well, no, we can't be having that. So I'm okay with it. The timing is interesting. Like, it's in season. Like, how many other sports do you see change interpretations in season? But I guess with the AFL and we're sort of a law to ourselves most of the time. So they can do what they want. And I watched last night's game and thought it was all right. Like, it didn't really stand out or it didn't affect the game too much. I don't know what you guys thought, but it's just funny, the timing.
I was looking for it. It didn't seem like they completely went over.
Yeah, I think fans and players just want to. I think they want to watch the footy, and if it looks like holding the ball, they want it to be called, and if it doesn't look like holding the ball, they don't want it to be called, and that comes back to interpretation. Hey, Mitch, we appreciate your time, mate. We're gonna let you go. I did let you go. I did reflect on interactions as a player with Mitch Cleary, Dan, and I pissed myself laughing driving here today because it was in a COVID hub. I did a presser. I did some sort of interview. Mitch said Scully's talking shit on socials. I said you're talking shit to Mitch. This is a shortened version. And then we sat down and had a long chat. Do you remember what I'm talking about here, Mitch?
Yeah.
I've always respected you after that.
I remember because I think did you have one on the way or you just recently?
I had a second on the way and I was running a couple of businesses.
Yeah. And I think your coach said something like, oh, the decision to be made around Will Schofield, and I reported that. And then I don't think you appreciated that all too much. And we had a bit of back and forth. But then I'm like, no, I'm going to get Will on the record here and actually talk to him about the businesses and the family life, and thought we'd come up with a pretty good piece after all that. So
yeah, it was great.
I appreciate your time. And we've had a few other interactions. We had a good night in Noosa together.
Wait till you put the exclusive out on that, Mitch. That'll be a brilliant piece. I'll let you sign off your career with that one.
No, thanks for having me, guys. And I really appreciate the work you're doing. I think it's great. And I see a lot of cut through. You definitely hit the algorithm on my socials. So
that's good.
So I will say thank you and sorry for living on your phone. Mitch, we appreciate your work as
Thanks,
well,
mate.
mate. Loving what you're doing over in Melbourne with Tradies and Channel 7 as well, mate. Hopefully we'll see you at the footy.
Hi, I'm Will and I'm a backman.
Hi, I'm Gov and I'm a Paywise ambassador.
And you're a backman. and a Paywise ambassador. And a lot of people are always asking me what a novated lease is about. What exactly do you tell them about, mate? Spoiling, winning premierships, all Australians, mate. It's all you're good for. You're a backman. Yeah, and more. Skelly, you're a big dog in the media now. Arguably the biggest in Australia, if you ask yourself. I've spoken to a lot of Paywise customers, and I'm a man of the people. Is that right, man of the people? What do you speak to the customers about? Your All-Australian jackets you won while I was playing on your man in the back line? I wouldn't even know where my All-Australian jackets are, actually. But I do know the best way to get a new car is through Paywise novated leasing. Is that right? Guaranteed. Tell you what, champion, you sound like you know a lot about novated leases. Tell me all about it. Well, novated leases allow you to pay for your car using pre-tax income. So you pay much less tax and save heaps of money. Save heaps of money. Now it's all starting to make sense why Moneybags McGovern wants to get involved. No, I'm serious. It does not matter how much money you make. Novated leases from Paywise allow you to make one payment each payday. And that covers your vehicle finance, insurance, registration, fuel, servicing and tyres. You right there, mate? You better tell Maddie then, because she runs all your bank accounts, doesn't she? Yeah, she does, and as you know, Skelly, happy wife, happy life. We made it. There's a calculator on the Paywise website that shows you what the costs are based on the type of car, your salary, how much you drive. Check it out and find out how much you'll save with Paywise. Does the calculator calculate how much of your contract you're going to have to give to Harley to keep in the club next year? No, it depends how his back holds up, because I've been carrying you for the last 10 years. Okay, righto. Well, we're backmen. We love Paywise. If you want to find out more, contact Paywise today about novated leasing. Any danger of you actually letting your lines, big fella? I am a backman, not a lineman, a backman. We know. Yeah, I know. We all know.
You've got the touch. You've got the power.
My microphone's not really playing in my ears. I mustn't have plugged it in properly. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay,
I
great.
got you loud and clear.
Welcome, TABtouch. A big thank you to ID Athletic, by the way, bringing us Mitch Cleary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your gear, your clothes, your merch, all that sort of stuff. Go see ID Athletic, IDAthletic.com. We'll sort you out. Now, TABtouch. Right. They are doing some good things for us.
Yes.
We're on a bit of a journey with TABtouch.
Yeah, we're on a journey.
We are committing fully to this bet because
Yes,
we
it will
believe
come through.
this represents us as a podcast
Yes.
the best. We believe our community, our backchatters.
Mhm.
We think this is the best way to have a bit of fun with betting. We don't want to go through stats. We don't want to go through
Counting
who's
touches.
good, who's bad. We want to look at backmen.
Yes.
And this bet
Celebrate
is about
them.
backmen.
Yeah.
Backing the backmen.
Back them in.
So if you want to get on this bet, we've been, I would say, done over by a couple of lucky forwards.
Done over. Absolutely.
Right. A couple of lucky forwards the last
Bobbing
couple
up
of
out
weeks.
of nowhere.
But we back up and we go again.
Yes.
Back the backman, thanks to TABtouch. You can find this in the special section. This week, we say no St Kilda player
Not
will
one.
kick 3+ goals playing
No
against
chance.
the West Coast Eagles.
Barris, McGovern,
Edwards has come in. They've got 3 big boys rolling around there.
Hoff.
Duggan, the captain of the side.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
No one's kicking a goal.
Mate.
They might not even kick a single goal.
Let's not get silly. They can kick a goal. They can kick 2 goals.
Yeah.
We just don't want them to kick 3 goals.
No.
So that's what the bet is. I think it's paying $3, something like that, over on the TABtouch app. So make sure you go and download the TABtouch bet, find the bet in the sports special section, and you can find all of that stuff out there. Now, what's gambling costing you? For free and confidential support, hello, Joel Selwood. Call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. It is time for this segment right now, which is bloody beautiful, I've got to tell you. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. All right, welcome to the BackChat back page for all your latest gossip, shit news, and everything that you've missed across the week. We bring this to you on the BackChat back page. Joel, I'm channeling my inner Joel. Pie's great. truth bombs for AFL legends. Collingwood great Dane Swan and members of the infamous Rat Pack have come out swinging at footy's greats Nick Riewoldt and Nathan Buckley. Riewoldt sparked the controversy this week when he spoke about Buckley's possible appointment as head coach of the Tassie Devils AFL expansion side. This is Riewoldt speaking. I think at times the reason Bucks gets a bit of a bad rap as a coach is because of a certain segment of Collingwood players that like to hang it on him from time to time. The Rat Pack, they like to hang it on Bucks. Right, so he's gone straight for him, Nicky Riewoldt.
At the neck.
Right, so the Rat Pack, we're talking Swan, we're talking Shaw, we're talking Wellingham, we're talking Ben Johnson. Right, there's probably a couple others I'm missing. Didak was in there. So Swan and Shaw were among those to jump on the comments and give their take as members of the group. Look, get ready for this, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
With all this is from Dane Swan. With all due respect, what the fuck would Nick Riewoldt know about Nath Buckley being a coach? That's point number one. I don't know if he's having a go at us. The Rat Pack beat him in a grand final. Okay, it's a little shot across the bow. Heath Shaw's smother, one of the main leaders of the Rat Pack, smothered him and he cost him the granny. Rest in peace. Fucking Nick Riewoldt. Unless Bucks has fed him that, how would he know? Rat Pack member Heath Shaw added, obviously it's personal for me because he traded me, talking about Buckley. Yes. The whole team didn't get traded. It was just you, me and a couple of mates. I think Buckley was the one who had the issue with it, in a way, because we got the ultimate glory. To finish things off, and to finish Nick and mainly Nick Riewoldt's life, at least those two have something in common, Bucks and Nick. They're not premiership players. Kill the music. Thank you. Let's just a little moment silent for Nick Riewoldt. Rest in peace, Nick. That stings. I like it a lot. Give it back to me, please. AFL young gun Sam Durham and model Paris Bishop go Insta official. From the death of Nick Riewoldt to the birth of a beautiful relationship, an emerging AFL star has gone Instagram official with a high-profile model girlfriend. After rumours emerged last month, no one's fucking rumouring anything. Bishop posted several images of the couple with a love heart and drink emoji capturing the Instagram carousel. What the fuck are we doing? What are we fucking doing? We're reporting on emojis. Daniel, you're a journo. Tell me what's happening.
Mate, when people go Insta official, it's a big deal.
Included in the upload was Durham's teammates Archie Perkins and Nick Bryan, along with their partners. Perkins' partner, Coco, commented...
Oh, please stop. I can't hear any more of this.
The best. Darcy Parish's wife, Grace, commented, lots to love about this.
Oh my God, that's bad.
Fuck me.
That is... I feel sick.
Well, if you think that was bad, then have a listen to this, Dan. Radio host releases AI song about West Coast Eagles star. A radio host has created an anthem about West Coast Eagles star recruit Harley Reid after the 19-year-old's huge success so far in the team. It feels like it's written by AI. On Robbie for breakfast, along with a video compilation of Reid dominating the field, pushing for it to go, and I quote, viral. All right, can we have a listen to it? Can we kill that and have a listen to it? If you think that was sickening, let's listen to it.
I haven't heard this.
Of course we can.
Oh,
turn it off right now. I've heard fucking more than enough.
that is woeful.
I would like to make the point there's only room for one song about a West Coast player, and especially in the midfield.
Yep.
And I think we've got it.
Oh, yeah.
He knows the score. Do we never remember the words? Like the back of his hand. Never the boys. He don't give a damn.
He can run on the wing.
Chase you down.
Nothing can take him down.
He's the boy, Jimmy. Yeah.
No, nothing can take him down.
He's the boy, Jimmy. Yeah. All right. Fuck me. That's just god awful. Breakfast with Rob, or whatever the fuck that is. That is it for the BackChat backpage. Brilliant stuff. That was The Boy by Ruben Jimmy. Go look it up on Spotify. It's got its own little...
It does. You can
there.
listen to it.
Hey, we've been absolutely neglecting fines.
You have.
All right, and we feel sorry and apologetic. And it is brought to you by West End Plumbing, westendplumbingwa.com.au. If you've got a pipe that needs cleaning, they would be the boys I'd go and see.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be honest. West End Plumbing, they will suit all of your plumbing needs, both residential and commercial. We've got 5 fines. These are a couple of weeks ago, and some of them recent as well. But they're the best of the best of the best of the best.
All right, let's hear them.
Sir, with honours, hit it, Damo.
Righto, lads. I'll keep this quick.
Thank you.
Let's go on to the game on the weekend. Get off the train. Go up the stairs. And what do I fucking see? You 3 boys on a big poster for the BackChat pod.
Good.
I tell you what, I can see it's getting big. Lots of fans going over east. But you're not at the point yet where I need to see you 3 mugs as I'm getting off the train ready to get a couple of beers in before the game. Up the bloody coasters.
It's
Brilliant bloody fine. And that's fair enough. We'll take that fine on
I
board.
also like that. I think he was in the toilet when he recorded that.
No, it sounds like we're in the toilet before our new soundproofing.
Yeah,
Has everyone
great.
seen our new
Yeah, it's
soundproofing?
good. It's nice.
The funny thing with that is we went and did a photo shoot down there just to have a bit of a laugh with Mark Reddings.
Yes.
Because as we saw earlier on the show, he's got no fucking idea about most things, Skater. So we took him down to the billboards. Almost got arrested.
Yeah.
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 Apparently can't film or take photos
No.
in that
We
area.
didn't even tag in.
I may or may not have told the security guard to fuck off.
Yeah, you went hard at him. I was like, okay.
Well, he wasn't.
If we weren't
pleasant.
going to
He
get
didn't
arrested
appro-
before, we're going
he
to get
didn't-
arrested now.
He didn't approach it nicely. It wasn't. It was a straight escalation.
Yeah, yeah.
To like, there'll be no filming in here. I'll be calling my head of security. I was like, calm the fuck down, mate. Let's settle down.
Yeah.
And then I started going, look, mate.
That's us.
We're us.
Yeah.
Look, and I was pointing at Skeet, going, him.
And the guy was like, I could not give a shit. You know
Great.
how
I was
feel.
like, go sit down, mate. Have a rest. Next fine, please. At the game. It's the Eagles theme song. I can only imagine that was straight after the game of a win recently. Fuck, that's good.
That's great.
Hit me again.
Hey boys, Dutto here. Yes, that's right. Peter Dutton, leader of the Lib. Just got a fine here for my man Albo. He goes around spruiking he's this big Hawk supporter. Well, it's simply not true, boys.
Yes.
Have you seen the photos?
Yes.
A Collingwood scarf, a Swan scarf,
Yes.
a Geelong scarf. Come on, Albo. It's simply not good enough. Do better. Be better. Free bucker.
Rough from Peter Dutton.
Peter Dutton.
Here. Here.
He's giving the parliamentary here. Yeah. Well, Dutz, I appreciate you listening.
Thanks,
and we
Dutz.
knew you were a big fan.
Voldemort.
Thank you very much, Voldy. Very good. Next one.
Good morning, legends. All right, a little $2 fine for whoever is picking the TAB betting market for these games. It seems to be doing a bit of a fox footy with the golden fist here. Started off as the defenders bet. I think it was, 27 spoils over 3 players for the round. It's morphed into just first goal kicker a lot. And now Will Schofield talks about maybe the first clearance. I mean, there's not much happening for the backman in this little TAB market setup we've got going on, boys. So maybe we need to shift back to the backman a little bit.
Couldn't be more spot on.
Yep.
We've listened to your words, wise words.
Yeah, very wise.
And we only back the backman now.
Only.
Some people hit us up about betting money, and there's a fair bit of it floating around, and it can be controversial.
Mhm.
I would like to think that we've been quite respectful in that regard. And the backman stuff, I think we're only leaning into what we know now. We have learned our lesson.
Yes.
Spoiling markets may or may not have been legal.
We didn't know that at the time.
Might have been running for 12 months. Didn't know if it was legal or not. Had to kind of, bring ourselves back in line with, fancy schmancy legalities.
Yes.
Apparently. And now we're in line.
Okay.
Now we're on line.
Yep. Now we're doing the right thing.
Now we're back in the backman.
Yes.
Thanks to TABtouch.
Backman.
I think we are done and dusted. Bulldogs Collingwood's about to start. Nicholas,
There is
before
one
we
more fine.
before we leave. Oh, there's one more fine. Give it to me.
Hey, legends, it is Dean again. Obviously, now I'm going to have to fine myself $2 for saying TAB when it's clearly TABtouch.
Yes.
I've done myself a mischief. Sorry, boys. $2.
That's fine.
Dino, we appreciate the
follow-up.
feedback.
Yep.
And then we accept the apology.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's us done and dusted. And a big thanks to TABtouch, one of our sponsors. But Paywise is powering the podcast this year. We thank them. We thank Shelter Brewing Co.
Paywise news coming on Monday.
Correct. You wanted to release it soon, but we can't do it just yet. Whippersnapper Whisky, ID Athletic, Mamba Digital, West End Plumbing, Camera Electronic, all our supporters. BackChatStudios.com.au. There's lots of shit happening over there at the moment. Get your merch, get your VIP sign-ups. There's going to be free tickets to the Socceroos from Monday. We got giveaways with tickets to Freo games. We've got West Coast Eagles bloody chartered flights given away.
Wow.
I don't know what we're missing, but I have to go because I have to be on radio in about 3 minutes. Beautiful stuff, Dan. Really great.
Great. I'll see you on Monday.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Public holiday. We're still doing an episode.
Of course we are.
Yeah.
We never miss.
We never miss.
See you Monday.